Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this PMP Webinar, Project Management Professional Certification. I'm Srinivas Kopparapu. As Pratik has introduced, I have well over 10 years of training people on PMBOK-based PMP workshops, and I have on an average 99.5% pass rate going through with people. And obviously the question would be, what happened to the 0.5? I'll answer as I go along. Right now, Scholars University, we create scholars. And we are therefore embarking on project management professional certification to be able to effectively, provide you with a successful process and a successful approach to pass PMP. Now, let me take you through what our offering would be. But before I take you through that, I wish to please understand from each of you for about 15 seconds, if you could briefly explain what you're looking for and what your current role is and where you want to be. Just a quick 15 seconds, please. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so basically I am from IT background, and I have 7 years of experience in technical line. So now I just want to broaden my horizon and just don't want to limit myself to technical stuffs. I would like to delve more into the project management stuff. So basically I'm looking for the complete and comprehensive course for project management. That's what the expectation is.
Sorry, am I speaking to Sujit here?
No, this is Anurag.
Oh, hi, Anurag. Sorry, I also had a chat from Sujit. I'm handling technical projects, so I just wasn't sure. Thanks, Anurag. All right. Maybe to make it easier, Sachin Kumar, would you like to kindly share, please?
Yeah, actually, I'm Sachin. Yeah, now you can see me. Okay, I have 9 years of experience in PHP development totally, and right now I'm a team lead in Signet Infotech in Ahmedabad. After 9 years of experience, and I found that technically I'm sound, but now I need to move to the management kind of part. Because to enhance in my career and to learn new things, how to manage, because after such experience, you need to move on in the profile of the developer, you need to move to a project manager or something.
Right.
That's why I just go for that.
Great. Thank you.
I'm selected.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome, Sachin and Harish. Harish, would you kindly like to share your views?
Okay.
Why you are looking at PMP?
Yeah, basically, I have close to 9 years of experience in IT field. Basically, I worked in technical things so far. So just to broaden my as part of my career growth, I want to move forward in the management area. So that's the reason I want to know what are all the options I can get from your webinar.
Sure. I'll cover what it does to the careers, etc. as I go along. Definitely that is covered.
Okay.
Mohammed Iqbal, would you kindly like to share your views? Thanks, Harish.
Yeah, hi all. This is Mohammed Ibrahim here, and I'm over of 10 years of experience. I'm in the IT background itself. And currently I am I'm started handling a few projects, but to improve my career growth in the management and get the PMP certification, and I would like to know much more about it. So I have not started. I have not looked any documents or anything regarding this PMP certification. I thought this is a good opportunity to start with this.
Sure. Unfortunately, I didn't realize whether I earlier asked Sachin Kumar or Sachin Halbhavi. There are two people. Whoever is the other Sachin who didn't speak?
Yeah. Actually, Sachin Kumar is done. The Sachin Halbhavi is going to start.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, this is Sachin Halbhavi. Good afternoon.
Yes.
I am a mechanical engineer. I'm working as operation and maintenance engineer for the last 10 years.
Okay.
So I want to do this certification in order to look for a job change, or if it can help me in my career. Right now, I'm working in the marine industry.
Great. Great. All right. Sachin and Mohammed, welcome to the webinar. We'll definitely be covering how this helps the career. There's no doubt about it. Navneet.
Hi, everybody. I am already into the management of the accounts, and I want to enhance my knowledge and adapt the best practices, which is my views.
Sure. Sorry, I missed. You said you're already?
Do the account management, project management.
Oh, into account and project management. So you're looking at enhancing knowledge. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ajay Kumar. Mr. Ajay Kumar.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah, this is Ajay here. Basically, I have an experience from almost 7 to 8 years in BPO industries, KPO, offshore, vending, and outsourcing kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I am looking for project management professional certifications to be in the managerial role.
Okay.
But I am not sure it's relevant for me, right? And then I need to elaborate on how this is going to be beneficial for me for the outsourcing business from UK, US, or some other countries.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll definitely cover that as we go along. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Krishna?
Srinivas, we already spoke over the phone, and I
Yes.
don't think we need to.
Sure. Sure. Sujit? Sujit? Are you around? All right. If Sujit's mic works, we'll go back to Sujit. Mohammed Ibrahim? All right.
Yes, just now we have spoken.
All right. Okay. So yours has come back again. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Not to worry. No, actually, is that Mohammed Ibrahim who spoke or Mohammed Iqbal?
This is Muhammad Ibrahim. I just now spoke it.
Okay. Okay. There is a gentleman by name Mr. Mohammed Iqbal. He hasn't spoken.
Yes. Yeah. Hi. I am audible to all of you.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Myself, Muhammad Iqbal. I'm working with TCS from last 11 years, and I'm looking for this PMP because I'm already handling some project management work. So I'll be looking for a project management certificate, so I can actually have some certification with me, and I can go further for that.
Great. Okay, thank you. Robin Lohit, could you please share your thoughts?
Hi, good afternoon all. My name is Robin Lohit. I am having around 1 year of experience in service delivery.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking for this course because I'm handling a team. It is around a 20 people team, and I'm dealing with this team from last 2 years. So just for a growth purpose, I'm looking for a PMP course so that how can improve my project delivery skills. And
Wonderful. Thank you. Mohammed Iqbal and Robin, welcome to the session. Manoj?
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I have approximate 10 years of experience, and I have experience in ERP implementation, operation, production support. Basically, I'm handling a team of 15 persons. So for go to the next level of managing the project management role, I'm looking for this certification.
Okay. Great. Thank you. There is somebody with an acronym NIKS. I'm not sure what it stands for. I don't want to assume it's a name and say Nix.
Yeah, right. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah. Hi. This is Prashant, and basically I'm working in IT infrastructure industry since last 9 years.
Okay.
So as of now, I hold the designation of operations manager, wherein I'm handling a team of 31 people. And the reason I want to join this course is basically I want to enhance my skills and the management techniques, to understand the management techniques for my projects.
Sure. Great. Sorry, I missed your name. Did you say Nishant?
Prashant.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much, Nishant. And Sujit, thanks for sharing your experience on the chat. Yes, absolutely. With that sort of an experience, yes, you doing PMP would certainly help you. I'll cover that. Thanks, Nishant, and thanks, Sujit, for sharing. Nakul, I hope the air boom part is only the phone name or something. Nakul, could you please share your experience? All right. Now, probably while Nakul comes, Mr. Baiju Raj, would you like to share your views on why you want to do a PMP?
Yeah, hello. Hello?
Yes, please.
Yeah, myself, Baiju, around some 10 plus years of experience in IT industry, and looking to enhance my career extend my career into project management side also. So I just want to understand more about related fields actually.
Definitely, great. I mean, certainly this one will definitely help you. Thank you for joining and thank you for sharing your views. Nakul, are you able to share? Mr. Nakul, on this air boom, whatever, I can't see the rest. Well, somebody joined on ASA. Somebody joined as ASA.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I started this introduction round. I mean, I said like I have 7 years of experience in IT, and then I want to move into the PMP, like project management. I started this conversation itself initially. Okay. So you want me to repeat it once again?
No. I mean, I didn't understand
Okay. Yeah. So basically, I have 7 years of experience in IT industry, and I am doing technical kind of stuff that is like 100% technical.
Sure.
And now I want to move more into the managerial sides, and I have been told from my company to get some certification in the appropriate area, so that I have something to showcase knowledge-wise as well as the certificate-wise. So that's why I'm going to attend this session.
Oh, okay. You spoke earlier, isn't it? Sorry. Because it came up as ASA. I didn't realize it was you. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no issues.
Sure. Pradeep, would you like to share?
Hi, Srinivas. Good afternoon to all. Yeah, I spoke to you a lot on mobile.
Yes.
On a call. Fine. Yes. Coming to my introduction, I have 4 years of experience in construction industry, being a project manager, and my role is itself a project manager. And in this construction industry, as you know very well, it's not an proper organized industry. So just to enhance my project management skills, how to manage the things in day-to-day roles, as well as there are many issues, many key concepts in project management. So I just want to enhance my skills in those 4 areas.
Sure. Great. Thanks, Pradeep. Welcome to this session. And Mohit.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mohit, could you please share your views, please? Okay. Mr. Nand Sharma.
Hi, good afternoon, Srinivas and all of you. you would be glad to know that I'm already working in project management from the executional perspective.
Okay.
I mean, I'm working in a telecom company and managing a very large function of the rolling out of telecom towers.
Wonderful.
And I have also been through PMP, this 2 days training, but that was like some 6-7 years ago. And I would want to refresh my knowledge and then go for the certification, especially because we have done a lot of execution practical, but in terms of theory, I would want to polish my knowledge and would want to talk the language of a project manager. I mean, there are various constraints, theorem. It has its own language. The project management has its own language from the PMP perspective, and I would want to acquire those knowledge and then practice in a day-to-day life. Also, this will take me to the next level in my own organization.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you and welcome to this webinar. Whoever, the lady or gentleman on Galaxy on 7, would you like to share your views, please? Somebody with the title Galaxy on 7. All right. One last call for Knuckle. Knuckle, would you be able to share your views? All right. Anyway, we are 15 minutes into the thing. All right. One thing I would like to state, I'm turning on my video so that you can all see me and you can see who I am, etc. But one thing I would like you to note is after about 5 minutes, I'll turn off the video primarily because I want to keep the recording size smaller. Video recording will be larger so that you can see me while I'm speaking for some time. Now, what today's session is going to be is primarily, what is Scholars and what's PMI, the value of PMP certification, and ultimately the course content of Scholars, some samples, and of course, what post-course support we offer, how you will get the contact us, and also how we would assist you with the application filing, etc. Right. Scholars University, as you have seen in the beginning slide, Scholars create scholars. Our intention is to deliver value to global leaders. Leadership building is through knowledge sharing is what we strongly believe. Therefore, we are into this. We train people on various streams, including Hadoop, big data, etc. PMP is one of the streams where we are training. Obviously, I'm going to use some PMBOK terms. I have a derivative work agreement with PMI. So you can see, when I'm using the PMBOK terms, it's all registered. That's why I have captured all the trademarks so that you are aware that this is a registered, derivative work agreement that has happened with PMI. Now, when coming to PMI, I'm sure you already know, if you know about PMP, the globally respected for standards like PMP, Program Management Professional, Portfolio Management Professional, other than that, SMP, RMP, many of them. As in 2014, PMI has had 2.9 million member professionals, 273 chapters and 13 potential chapters in 105 countries. And Project Management Professional, given that you are here, you already know it's a coveted certification. The 9th edition of Project Management Salary Survey, it's also published on PMI itself, clearly says PMP certification holders earn 20% more than their non-certified peers. This is where I wish to share a little story with you. I was living in Australia. I was running my own organization. I was an entrepreneur there. I was living there for well over 14 years, and I ran my business for well over 10 years. And in 2005, because of family responsibilities, I had returned back to India. When I was in Australia, people knew me as a person who could deliver goods. I didn't need a PMP per se. Once I came to India, I started realizing how much the weightage is assigned and attributed to PMP. That's when I took the certification. Hey, bingo. The moment I took the certification, as a project management professional certification, I ended up landing a job. Because until then, the relative differentiation was, if I had the same skills as another, a PMP holder was actually getting the jobs. So definitely neck to neck, skills being on par, let me assure you, PMP holds you, stands you in better stead. Right. In terms of Scholars course, we have a thorough coverage of content, right? And we have complete exam-oriented focus, but we do not get you to just by heart. We ensure you understand why a particular thing is being done. We just don't focus on the what, we also focus on the why part of the story. I'll give you a demonstration of the same. Recently, PMBOK in January 2016 has, the PMP exam has added new tasks primarily centered around stakeholders and communication, except for one task, which is centered around, lessons learned to make it more stronger, detailed, and elaborate. The rest are stakeholder, project, and communication impact oriented. And our entire course and our entire curriculum is centered around, right from day one, it has been centered around these three parameters. Then the changes we had to do are very minimal. And we go with industry and business examples based learning. So for example, in the current PMP batch that I'm already conducting, and we have some from the telecom industry, some from the construction industry, and some from the IT industry. So we do share examples from IT, construction, and telecom, so that people connect with those. And anything that's subjective is presented to you in a very, very objective manner, connected to the purpose. It's the purpose why we are doing something. That's how anything subjective is made objective with an example. Right. Now, let me do a demonstration. Because I'm doing a demonstration and there is going to be a lot of movement on an Excel, I'm going to actually stop the video now. Thank you. Let me open an Excel. Normally, people have the first challenge while they are doing PMP is, hey, how do I understand these process groups and processes? How do I remember across the 5 process groups, etc.? So that's where I'm creating the matrix for you. Right? First thing, process groups. All right? Initiate, plan, I'm keeping it short just to make it quicker. Execute, monitor, and control, and close. Right. Now, the knowledge areas are presented in PMBOK. Flowing downwards. Right? So here, project integration management. Let me expand this. Right? Project scope management. Project time management. Project cost management. Project quality management. Project communications. Project, if there are spelling mistakes, ignore me as I'm typing I'm not focusing too much on the spelling. I'm focusing on the content. Right. Now, this is our little wonderful table. Right. Now, how do we remember how these things work? The mnemonic I'll give you is this: IPE, CC, or MC. Control enclosure or monitor and control enclosure. They have to work together initially. So I would call it integrate across. The moment I call it integrate across, the process tells, okay, you develop project charter here, first step, because that's the way a project is managed. Sorry, just bear with me. Okay. Oops. I'm not doing too well with this mouse. Project charter, develop project management plan. Right. Next, I'll move to the right. And it comes direct and manage project execution. And next comes monitor and control. Well, this is off my screen. Let me see. I'm typing into the right one. Monitor and control project. And of course, close project or phase. So immediately what happens is, it gives me a clear-cut idea. Hey, buddy, there you go. Well, let me delete a few of these columns so that it's visible to me and I don't scroll all over the place. Right. Now I have got the project charter. Now, from here, where to next? Well, the moment I have a project charter, the next step I'm expected to do is identify stakeholders. So logically, what happens? You develop a project charter, you have all the stubs for all the project management plan, etc. So integrate across. Then the next step you do is to identify the stakeholders. Once you have done that, you can do the entire project management planning. To do the entire project management planning, you will have to plan for all the knowledge areas. So it goes plan for everything. Very simple philosophy. You would plan for everything, right? But execution, okay, I'll plan for everything. That gets slotted into the project management plan. Project management plan is something that tells you how you should plan for the other areas, okay? So from each of the areas, I'll get the plans. Great. Because I'm planning for everything, that's great. I get all the plans. Then how do I direct and manage project execution? How do I direct and manage project execution is the next question. What do I do? Well, the interesting part is we do not execute scope, time, and cost. We execute quality, where I'm calling it yes. We execute the human resources. No pun intended. Execution here means not killing them, taking care of them. Communications, but we do not do risk, and we do procurement, and we do stakeholder management. Now, the obvious question is, why not scope, time, and cost? This is where the response is very, very simple. Let me open another PowerPoint to show you what happens. If you see, insert, let me insert a shape out there. But before I insert, let me get rid of these things. Okay, if I insert a shape, where is the triangle? Mr. Triangle. Yes, there you go. Yes. Now let me turn this triangle around so that it's balanced. All right. Now, what is happening? I have this wonderful triangle here. Let me go there and do something here. Okay, I go to Home and Shape Fill, No Fill. All right. And then inside it, let me draw a little circle. All right. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please accept that the triangle is equilateral. Equilateral means all sides are equal. Okay. Let me insert a text box out here. This is an equilateral triangle, which means all sides are equal, right? What does each side stand for? Cost, scope, and time or schedule. Is each side. And what is inside the circle? The circle is nothing but quality. The circle at the center, the composite thing, is nothing but quality. This is what is called triple constraint. This is what is called triple constraint, or it is also called iron triangle. Imagine why it is called an iron triangle. Let us see. Let us see. Let's say, let's say this is cost, this is time, and this is scope. And let me say that I'll just shift this figure slightly just to have field to play. Let me say I want to extend my scope. You see how if the triangle needs to be equilateral, you can see along with the scope, cost and time are also increasing. As a result, if I need good quality, my quality also needs to increase and be in a decent shape. My quality needs to be in a decent shape. So what if it effectively means is, if we maintain the quality properly, the scope, time, and cost can be controlled at the time of execution. That's why, if you see, we execute project quality, but we do not deal with scope, cost, and time. And risk, of course, you never execute the risk. You either accept the risk, you mitigate the risk, you otherwise transfer the risk. If not, at the most, what you would do is, if the risk is positive or an opportunity, you exploit the risk. You never execute the risk. That's why you see scope, time, cost, and risk are not executed. Now, when it comes to monitoring and controlling, you do everything but the human resource, not human resource. Why? Everything else is monitored. Everything else is monitored, but for the human resource. Why? There is an embedded leadership quality included in it. Yes, what is it? We always assign work to people. We measure their performance, and discussions would be based on data processed in an unbiased manner with information, which is then becomes information. When the data is processed without any bias, and when it is done in such a way that both parties are discussing from the perspective of the data, where the basis is the data available, processing based on facts with mutual respect, demonstrating respect, listening to each other, having, shared expectations, and then working to a commitment. So that's the leadership quality. A project manager needs to be a leader. Therefore, a human resource is never monitored. It's their work that gets monitored. Last but not the least, before you close a project or a phase, you need to close any procurements. Job done. You see, with this little mnemonic, right? Horizontally integrate, now move vertically, identify stakeholders, plan for everything, execute everything except scope, cost, time, and risk, monitor everything except a human resource, close procurement before closing the project or phase. The reason is, all procurements need to be closed, and with vendors, the relationship needs to be done in a proper way. With this sort of a reasoning, ladies and gentlemen, we go through and we share what is very, very abstract in a very concrete way with mnemonics. For example, I'll share with you another of the things. If you people have access to Pinbox, you can look at it. I'll give you a little mnemonic that easily lets you remember something. If we ask, look, where are all the processes? And if I want to get the numbers right, I can stick processes here. I can stick a number 1 here. I know everything is planned. Boom, 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 boom. I get this. Fine. Execute. I know I have here 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. I have the numbers there. Right? This is not there. All right. Demerge or unmerge this. 1, 1, 1, 1, and then also undo the merge here. 1, 1, 1, 1. Right. There is 1 there. There is 1 there. Let's see how many the total processes work out to be. Let me do a little auto sum there. Sorry, there is a bit of a noise, so I'll mute everyone. Okay. When I take the sum and use it across, right, I've got, and what is my total of that? Well, let me see. There are 28 processes. Great. But the issue is, Pinbox says there are 47 processes. Yes? How do I remember, or how do I get to the 47? Easy. For planning, initiation and closure, fantastic. We have the right number of processes. For planning, we don't. Here is the mnemonic. Cricket is for Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. If you use that, CSRT, it tells you, hey, it's cost, scope, risk, and time. That means in my planning, cost is 3 processes. Scope. Did I do it in front of cost? Yes. Scope is 4. No, sorry, not time. Risk is 5. And time is 6. Bingo. I've got the 24 processes already there. Now, we did discuss we need to take care of human resources well. Therefore, for taking care of human resources, we have 3 processes. We have moved now to 44. Well, in addition to monitor and control project work, we also have integrated change control. So there are 2 things there. In addition to scope, in addition to controlling scope, we have what is called validate scope. Validate scope means when we have verified the deliverables internally, we take it to the end user so that they can check and say, yeah, I'm happy, and formally sign off. So there you go. You get the 47 processes. As you can see, similarly, to remember what are the various processes, etc., we have a complete mnemonic that helps you remember the whole thing. Just wanted to demonstrate how we practically treat. As I said, we make it abstract to concrete. When we develop the project management plan, we show you how the various other plans, the 10 plus 2, because normally for each knowledge area, scope, cost, time, etc., we have one management plan each. In addition, there are 2 more. In quality, in addition to product quality, we talk about processes. We have process improvement plan, and next, in addition, we also have another process under validate scope. I'm sorry, not validate scope. I'm talking about the processes, right? We have another under scope management plan where we have under scope management, in addition to scope management, we have requirements management. Why? Because requirements deal with both the product and the project, whereas scope deals with only the work. So requirements also cover the characteristics. Similarly, in quality, we have a process improvement plan because in addition to the product and the project work quality, we need to ensure processes are being dealt with properly. So project management plan is about plan for a plan, and it plans for the what, who, and the when, and it's the project plan that applies those. So project management plan tells a PM how they should go about planning the project itself at first. How to manage scope, how to manage time or cost. That should be 12 processes. A typo, it says 11 sub-management plans. It should be 12 sub-management plans. Oh no, it's 11 plus 1 in integration. That's correct. 11 sub-management and 1 project management plan in the 9 sub-areas or knowledge areas. Now, let me showcase to you a couple of questions, how we get you to think the subject matter very, very logically. This question I'm not going to answer. I request any of you who know it to try and answer. You, the project manager, had presented a very aggressive schedule to your sponsor based on earlier inputs. The sponsor advised that the business need has changed and the project could finish later. You have altered the network diagram, I say thus as follows. A, changed finish to finish to start to start, changed start to finish to finish, changed start to finish to start, and changed finish to start to start to start. Any takers? Who wants to answer the question? If anybody is familiar with PMBOK, please kindly try and answer this.
Start to finish to start.
Exactly.
Hello.
Yes, precisely. Because we are still slowing down the project. They are asking us to slow down the project. Earlier, it was aggressive. Now it's non-aggressive. In aggressive mode, we moved start to start. All others are in one way or the other aggressive mode. Right? So we are talking precedence diagramming method. Now let's look at next question. All of the following will not help the project manager in identifying which project team member is assigned to which work package or activity except
WBS.
Hello.
Okay, I have one answer for WBS. Any other answers, please?
RSCI. I think it's RSCI.
Okay, RACI. Why do you think it's RACI?
I do have exposure to this RSCI. It's like a matrix for the team responsible for the tasks.
Correct. Right. The point is very simple. Work breakdown structure doesn't have allocation of tasks. It's when the work package is broken down into activities, you allocate resources to them. So that can't give you. RACI matrix is a type of responsibility assignment matrix. That's why RACI provides it. In functional managers are not interested in a project, they don't provide precedence diagramming method. Although the resource type and quantity are assigned, the actual resources are not given the responsibility. The only responsibility sharing matrix is RACI. So the questions would get you to think this way, saying that why RACI is the thing and how functional managers are not interested. Now, in terms of post-course, our faculty, I'm available to you. It's a continuous journey. It's never finishing with the course. We do the course. It doesn't end there. It's my journey with you. It'll continue until you have finished your PMP exam. This I have already explained to people who have been on the phone. I'm reiterating and restating it. Phone, email, I'm available. Yes, when it's mutually convenient, we will go in person and have an appointment. I will provide support with even the exam application content review. That's as and when you submit and you send me the PDF, I'll review it and give you the feedback. And as you're preparing for the exam, I'll provide you the guidance, and you will have, various areas as and when you're taking the exam, the mock test that we provide, the guidance will be provided. By the way, as each chapter is finished, you will get chapter-wise questions. It varies 13 to 20. It could vary anywhere. You will get a set of questions which you will go through. You will send me those responses, and one-on-one I'll be providing the feedback. Also, I'll be covering, when I find that a few people need a review, I'll be covering in a session all those questions and answers chapter-wise. That part will happen. At least the first 3 to 4 chapters, I'll cover the questions in the sessions as well, in addition to doing one-on-one. And once everybody is in stream, I'll be doing one-on-one with people with each chapter in questions. In addition to the chapter in questions, you will get a set of 5 exams, mock exams, out of which the first mock exam you can attempt any number of times, because the idea is once you get through the 200 questions mock exam, the first mock exam, you will get the 35 hours contact hours certificate. Thereafter, you will be given another 4 sets of exams, and for the 100% refundability, as you would have looked at the conditions, etc., those 4 exams, we request you to study thoroughly, then go through them and get through at 80% or more, and we are confident that you will clear the exam. Now, the just generic question that's usually asked, sorry, there is a chat here. Let me see what people are saying. Oh, that gentleman, they want the Galaxy turned off. Okay. Sorry about that. The gentleman on Galaxy on 7, it's apparently disturbing other participants. Could you kindly turn off the video? Thank you. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Now, usual questions that come to me are, hey, are you an REP? Please understand, PMI clearly says a PMP in good standing or a training institute can award the PDUs. I'll show you where it says, and you have all the details. I alone can award it. Even scholars can award that to you. Whether you are an REP, whether I'm an REP or not, once you submit the application, PMI randomly picks up the application for audit, right? The only thing is, if your application is selected for audit, you'll just have to share our certified feedback to your exam responses, the first 200 questions that I have spoken about, along with your contact us certificate, and share it with them. That's all you need to do. Now, to prove my point, I have the handbook here, right? Contact hours. Right. You see here, you can satisfy the education requirements by demonstrating the successful completion of courses, workshops, and training sessions. PMI registered education providers, REPs, PMI chapters or community of practice. Courses offered by these people are pre-approved for contact us. Employer or company-sponsored programs, training companies or consultants, distance learning companies, including an end-of-course assessment. We fall under this, and we are also falling under this. Therefore, we are doing an end-of-course assessment, and we are giving you. Right? We also fall under the third category, university or college, academic and continuing. We are following in 3 of these categories. We are following this one saying that distance learning, and as an end-of-course assessment, we will provide you the proof and of the exam that you have taken and you have got through, and that gives you the ability to apply for the exam. There is no issue there. Right. Now, in terms of exam application and preparation, we are there for you. We have a unique framework. We ensure that you understand PMBOK, the PM processes, you think like the PMP exam, but also carry forward further knowledge from the industry. Because, hey, in my day-to-day job, I had a global Asia-Pacific-wide PMO, right? So I have intricate understanding of how project management processes and program management and portfolio management happen, because I deal with a large portfolio across Asia-Pacific. And we will assist you with the exam application, the filling and submission, and post that, we will also assist you with your preparation. In essence, we are with you through this journey, right? Before I move away, there is also another question that is generally posed by people. I want to answer that upfront. People ask me generally saying that, hey, would you recommend that I become a member or don't become a member and take the PMP exam? My recommendation is, look, if you do not become a PMP member, PMI member, you will have, you will have to pay $555. It's $555 as a non-member for the exam fee. On the other hand, if you become a member, which costs you $139, the exam fee comes down to $405. So if I add the 139 and the 405, the total becomes 544. The obvious question is, hey Srinivas, it's only $11 difference. How does it make much difference to me? Why should I become a member? The advantage, I'll tell you. Once you become a member, you have access to various videos and downloadable PDF of PMBOK that you can download and you can study anywhere. And then you will also get the opportunity to look at certain other videos through projectmanagement.com and what PMI themselves provide. So for your study, you get a lot more in terms of preparing for the PMP exam. And thereafter, once you become PMP certified, people wrongly call the 35 contact hours as 35 PDUs. They are not PDUs. Anybody who tells you they are PDUs, they don't know what PMP is. So please don't believe them. 35 contact hours, once you take the exam and once you attempt and successfully pass, they become 0. Now, thereafter, you will have to accumulate what are called 60 professional development units or PDUs by 1, doing your office project management work, 2, by contributing to project management like I'm doing, presenting this webinar, or, the PDFs, the PPTs that I'm preparing, the course material I'm publishing, the question answers I'm creating that way, contributing at work or learning. For all that learning, you will have with that 1-year membership, you will have a lot of learning opportunities and you can accumulate PDUs. The 60 PDUs you have to collect in 3 years. If you wish to, you can collect them in 1 year, or you can spread them across 3 years and collect them and then be able to do that. Sure, I have a question out here. Oh, no worries, no worries. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Right, next. The next thing that we need to know is that after you go through that your application and everything, we will guide you, we will be there, we'll work with you so that you can complete the entire PMP certification. So through the journey, it's not just the course that takes 6 weeks. In addition, we will be there with you answering your questions and taking you through. So I wanted to share all of this that I have shared with you. If you have any questions, I'm willing to answer. Or if you want to understand anything else, how I'm going to present, you're more than welcome to ask me and I'll present. Any questions, please? Oh, sorry, I've muted everybody, right? Let me unmute all. Beg your pardon. All of you are not on mute. Any questions, please ask me. If you do not have an audio, please send it to me by chat.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, please.
I just wanted to ask, I have two queries. So the first one is, as a part of this course, would we learn MS Project or not?
No, this is not MS Project. This is Project Management Professional Workshop. It only deals with all the processes, knowledge areas, and process groups based on PMBOK.
Okay.
Because there is a lot of noise,
there is lots of noise. Can you somebody mute yourself?
I'm muting everybody. Those who want to speak, just unmute.
Yeah, please.
I have placed everyone on mute. Anybody who has a question, please unmute yourself, speak and mute. Thank you.
Yeah, I have one question. Before you can say go for the training, is it better to have a look of the PM book first and then go for the training and then read again?
No.
As per instruction, go for the exam.
No, the point is, as you are going through this training, I'll get you to go through the entire PMBOK once, right?
Okay.
Okay, and after the training, I'll request you to read another time while you're working on the mock exams, right?
Okay. Yeah, actually, I didn't get time in the week. You can say working hours. So 5 days, I didn't get time.
Yeah,
to
that's
even
fine.
read.
You don't have to worry. As you go through my PPTs, right? Yeah, there will be a abridged version of PMBOK.
Okay. That's why, because first I bought the membership of the PMBOK or your PMI last month.
You know, I'll just show you a sample of what, you know, the time management that is going on, right? Let me close this window.
Yeah, please.
Right? I have my time management slides, right? It gives you what the processes stand for. Then it says, you know, what is happening, and it explains what that is in brief.
Okay.
And it tells you what various things stand for. And then it takes you through the inputs, outputs, tools and techniques, right?
Okay. Yeah, actually, from last 10 years, I'm in development, and I have got the opportunity to manage the team also. I manage 8 to 10 team members 1 year. Then I was a product manager also, handling to 15 guys. Now I'm a team lead handling 7 to 8 guys.
Yeah.
So somehow I just found in, like, if I go for the project manager interviews, they said you are technically strong.
Yeah.
And when I go for the technically, then I feel something like that I don't want to move with the technologies right now. With the 10 years of experience, you can say that more experience I have. Now I need to move to the management thing.
Yes.
So I didn't get time in 5 days. You can say 5 days working days. I get time on Saturday, Sunday only.
Yeah.
That's why I was just thinking to go through PMBOK or first get a training. I was just a little confused.
Yeah. Let me tell you, going through the training, you know, you will find reading PMBOK easier because you will go through the entire thing, right?
Okay, right. Perfect. So one more question I have. Actually, when we are going to, you can say that appear for the exam, we need to submit our complete history, like for how many years I have experience in team management or something. So we need to provide the project information also?
I'll help you with that so that you don't reveal business secrets, right?
Okay.
That's what I was saying. When you go online and when you apply, once you do, you'll send me the PDF. I'll review it and see what is business specific information, how you can present it in a generic manner without revealing any contractual secrets, right?
Yeah, right. Because
your description matches what PMBOK says. I'll ensure all those things happen. So I'll be working with each one of you with your application.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. Actually, I was just a little worried about that because I have around 4 years experience. I was a team lead, then product manager, and then now I am a team lead. So around 4 years experience I have in the team management kind of.
4 years is good enough experience to apply for PMP because you have been on projects all the while and you have at least executed one project end to end, I guess. Yes?
Yes, end to end.
That's fine. Then you qualify. You know, there is no issue there. I'll help you through the application process.
Okay, and anybody have any question? Otherwise, I have another question too. Like here, I'm a PHP department, so I didn't found much exposure over here in India.
Sorry,
So if I will go
you are
outside with the
sorry, I missed that. You are a PhD, is it?
yeah PHP team lead right now. So our experience I have in PHP IT.
Okay, right.
Okay, if I go outside, like in India, I don't found okay. I have good exposure over here.
Okay.
If you'll go outside, then PMP certification will help me to find out job over there as a project manager or something.
Let me put it this way. PMP certification will not land you a job outside your field that easily unless you have skilled yourself in that field, right?
Yeah.
The
Not
point
out
is,
my field, because outside also we have the IT companies.
correct, I agree. But IT company is not just looking for PMP certification, they're also looking for PMPs with their, either the technology or the business or the product or the domain specific expertise as well. So what I'm saying is, if you do have an expertise and if two people have the same skills and same expertise, then PMP will help that person who holds it. But
Okay.
PMP in itself, without the underlying skills, cannot land a job.
Okay.
You get my
Got
point?
it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got it.
Because after all, in the interview, if I don't answer other things properly, just my PMP won't help me in any way.
Yeah, I know that because the technology, or you can say my skills work everywhere.
Yeah.
But the PMP give me the advantage, like okay, this is the certified.
Both in terms of your selection as well as the salary.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, I am done with my own questions.
Thank you. Any other questions, please?
Yeah, I do have one.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so would preparing statement of work or request for proposal, all those things would be covered in this training, or these things are not in this syllabus?
See, I mean, not the preparation of them, how they would work, and some samples will be discussed. Not exactly preparation, because PMBOK, then PMP exam doesn't focus on how you prepare, it's how you use them. That's the focus. But samples of statement of work, etc., we'll be looking at them as tools. That's all. Not the actual preparation. Any other questions, please?
Do we need to provide our educational degrees to the PMI while appearing for the certification?
They ask you for photocopies, not the originals. I mean, when they talk about education, they are talking primarily about this PMP education, not your all the other education. It's only photocopies. For PMP education, yes, you need to provide the proofs that we submit, that we share with you. If you are picked up for audit. If you are not picked up for audit, if your application is not picked up for audit, there is nothing to submit. Any other questions, please?
Yes, sir. And point of view, there are two certification, PMP and Prince 2. So, which one is better, sir, in market and for your perspective?
Sorry, your voice is so low, I couldn't understand the question. Could you please kindly speak closer?
Yeah, sir, in market, basically, there are two certifications for project management. One is for Prince 2 and one is PMP. So, from the job perspective, which one is much better in current point of view?
Let me ask this question. Do you work with US or UK or Europe?
Like
Yes,
mostly I have UK clients, you can say that in our company.
You have mostly UK clients? Yes?
Yes.
Do they follow Prince 2?
No, I don't think so, because they came to us with their requirement and we will provide everything.
That's it. Then, in which case, I would say go with PMP. The reason being, unless you are specific to Europe and you're dealing only with European clients who insist on Prince 2, let me tell you, between PMP and Prince 2, PMP has some, 400,000 practitioners, certified, etc., while Prince 2 has a few tens of thousands. So PMP is widely acknowledged. Still, there is vacancy for quite a few PMPs to get jobs. It's a matter of, PMP, if you do, you are better off. That's the way I would recommend. Had you said, because all my European clients are only asking for Prince 2, I would have said, then go for Prince 2. Given that they are not asking, I would say, please go for PMP.
Yeah, because someone told me that the PMP is for all project management in any department, or you can say any field. But Prince 2 is for specifically related to the IT field.
Correct. But PMP applies so well, it's generally accepted good practice. Generally accepted means it can be applied to any project, any time with some tailoring. Good practice means something that yields the good results, and therefore it can be tailored and used in the right way. Therefore, doing PMP, what happens is the advantage is, even if you jump, fields, like let's say today you are in some sort of a construction industry, you skill yourself in some IT technology and move there, your PMP will stand you in good stead.
Okay.
If someone has full experience in technical, can he go for PMP without management experience? Baijuraj, may I ask the question, whether have you led the team, please? No, hang on. Have you? No. Let me, Ashish, let me please clarify. Thank you. Baijuraj, have you worked on a project from start to end? Great. Have you ever handled a team of at least one person other than you? Great. In both respects, you qualify, because what is expected by PMI is that in all of the process groups, that is initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closure, you should have done some amount of work, and you should have, to a certain extent, managed people, either by allocating tasks or something like that. It doesn't mean you have to be a reporting manager. You should have allocated tasks to them on your project. That's good enough. So you qualify. And I hope I remember hearing that you have about 10 years experience or something like that. Am I right? Great, sir. You are fully qualified. Nothing to worry at all. Ashish, sorry for interrupting you. This is the basis of assessment by PMI. Are you okay with that? Ashish?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, I have a couple of questions.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Which are similar to what Sachin Kumar already asked little while earlier.
Yeah.
It seems like me and Sachin Kumar, we are almost sailing in the same boat. With over a decade of experience in technology field, it is difficult to go back to an engineer level, whether into programming or infrastructure support, or going to the next level. So if we go for an interview, the question asked is, for supervisory level, it falls short, and for technical level, it is little bit more. So that is where it is kind of stuck. So how to get close to that? Number two, project management. My fundamental was that it is more or less applicable to things that are not just group oriented, but it is result oriented. Like something like a software project that Sachin Kumar is already handling, wherein the idea is to build a software. But infrastructure is not exactly like a project. So how would PMP certification be helpful in infrastructure support? That is one. And second, can PMP fundamentals be customized or tailorized to infrastructure, IT infrastructure backend support environment? That is one. And another one is North America supports project management PMP certification, while Europe and UK supports Prince 2. But Canada, being a Commonwealth nation, like a Queen's territory, just like Australia and New Zealand, would it prefer Prince 2 or PMP?
PMP. Canada emulates America.
Okay.
Okay. To answer all your questions, I'm sorry I forgot the name of the gentleman who talked about working in a BPO. One gentleman mentioned that he's working in BPO, whether PMP is helpful or not. I forgot the name. Apologies. I'll answer this. When you're talking operations, it's all about managing operations by projects. For example, even if there is an infrastructure upgrade, that is a project in its own right. Similarly, in BPO, if you take on a new service, even for the existing client, that is a project in its own right until you operationalize it. Therefore, yes, BPO and any sort of operations can take this exam, but present those projects that have been done during operations as projects. In mentioning them as projects, because you have managed your operations by projects, showing your true, real experience on those projects, I will assist you in showing them clearly. Because you have worked on multiple projects, how to showcase them as multiple projects, etc. I will, all those multiple projects in appropriate manner, based on the work you have done, I'll assist you. There is no issue there. So it can be done. Yes, even people in BPO and or in operations can take up PMP. That's number one. In continuation, I just want to answer a question. In my organization, we call BPO, KPO, and other things as managed services. And I have trained just this year, hardly 2 months ago, even at my organization, I train people on PMP because I'm responsible for the Asia Pacific PMO. 2 of the operations people have successfully cleared PMP. And 1 from IT infrastructure also has cleared PMP, and all 3 of them have got through just in January 2017, immediately after, 2016, immediately after the exam had changed. Because my content even covered most of those things even prior. Right? So, one thing I'll tell you is please do not worry. Now, as far as going into the next level, as you said, to go into the next level, there are a couple of things I would say. First and foremost thing, yes, you have been in technology, but you have worked on projects. Being such experienced people, I'm sure you have assigned tasks to a few people who are juniors. You please understand that you have, even though you don't have a title like a manager or a lead probably, you have done the managing and leading. It's about how you present it along with the PMP saying that, look, I have done these measures and I have done these, I have implemented these. If you speak the language, people will appreciate. Right now, because the project management language is missing, you are not breaking the barrier. Therefore, my recommendation to you is go through the PMP course, get certified, learn the language, and speak the language when you go to the interview, and it makes a difference. Absolutely. Now, along the way, I'll answer one other point that I had made. I told you at the beginning of the session that I have a 99.5% success rate. Till now, I have spoken about the success stories. Although I've trained over 10 years, I've trained well over 1,000 PMPs, etc. So that's all fine. Where is that 0.5% rate failure? I'll give you 2 examples. One is from technology, not operations, pure R&D. One gentleman came, studied with me. I told him, look, just as I've said, look, I'll take you during my training through PMBOK. You study a PMBOK 2 times, read the PMBOK a second time, etc. He said, Buddha Kahika. He still sticks to old methodologies. I've read through that book, this book. I have done all that. That's good enough. What this guy says is not required. Went to the exam. He's a manager, by the way, and he failed. First attempt. He came back and said, Srinivas, please help me. I guided him how he needs to study, and then he got through the exam. Second case, operations. I had 1 person fail. The reason being, that person again said, Buddha Kahika. He is expecting me to go through all the questions that he has given and do it. Why do I need to do it? I have done something that I felt is good enough. I'll go and take the exam. I don't have to study the way this guy has said. Bang, they fail. Ladies and gentlemen, here is it. We are promising a refund. Definitely we are promising a refund because that's what outside the competitors are doing. That's okay. I'm not falsely promising you, look, just go through my sessions and you will get through 100%. I'm saying you be willing to take this journey of PMP. I'm there with you, next to you, traveling along, and together we will clear the exam. For that purpose, if you follow that process, that framework that I'm providing you, you will for sure pass the exam. If you do not follow that, look, then obviously you will get the refund. As simple as that. So, very, very simply speaking, there are all these people claiming that, you know, they are guaranteeing 100% or there is a pass mark for this exam. I want to first bust that myth. Right. Psychometric analysis. Let me search for that. Establishing the passing score. The passing score for all PMI exams is determined by sound psychometric analysis. PMI uses subject matter experts from across the globe to help establish a point at which each candidate should pass. Let me minimize this. And the exams and the exam point of difficulty. Data that show how candidates actually perform are cross-referenced with subject matter experts to ensure that the point of difficulty on each exam is healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, let me assure you, on a given day, I have seen people who have scored multiple moderately proficients and scored one below proficient and have failed the exam. In other cases, I've seen people who have just scored proficient and a couple of below proficient and one below proficient and few proficients and passed the exam. Why? On that day, globally across, depending upon how many people are taking, right, the level of pass and the level of difficulty based on the exam set you have got. Remember, PMI has got multiple exam sets. All of them more or less are at the same level, but they do have their degree of variance. And depending upon what set you have got, the pass mark could vary because this is an adaptive exam. Having said that, the questions that I give you and the 4 exams I said, if you pass first attempt with more than 80%, you are assured of success. My exams, I assure you, the questions are slightly at a higher level than the PMP. If you score 80% or more on 4 of them first attempt, because the first one you will get multiple options to repeat. The next 4, if you get through after studying properly, I'll assure you, you'll get through the exam. There's no reason why you will not. I have done the same thing myself. I've prepared all those questions myself and I've learned through those questions and I have been improving them along with each version of the pinball. So I have confidence in them. That's why I will put them out there saying that, look, I'll give you and you will succeed. That's my commitment. Any other questions, please? All right. Okay, sorry, somebody sent something by chat. Total how many days minimum need to prepare to pass the exam? After the sessions, I would say you would need 100 to 150 hours by Raj for studying. Let's take it's 100 hours because during the training, you're studying anyway. So let's say another 100 hours. I'll talk to you as a working professional. 100 hours. Sorry, because there is noise, I'm muting everybody. Because there is noise, I'm again going mute all. So when you talk 100 hours, Bajraj, because we are working in the industry, Monday to Friday, you wouldn't be able to study more than 15 minutes a day. What I recommend is lunchtime, you spare 15 minutes and study. You will get a couple of hours there. By the end of the week, you will get 5 15s, right? 1 hour, 15 minutes. If you extend it to 20 minutes, you get 1.5 hours. Great. Weekends, I would say probably you will find 6 to 7 hours. So 8 hours a week is your study pattern, the way I look at it. So in a month, you will do about 30 hours. In 3 months, it's 90 hours. I would say if the last week you spend extra, it'll become 100 hours. So usually I say it takes around 3 months journey. It's 3 months. That's why while you're going through the course, I'll keep asking you to prepare what I call cheat sheets. Cheat sheets are these mnemonics, these little things that I give, like how to construct the table, how to remember the processes, how you can remember the inputs, outputs, tools, and techniques, or how you remember the formulae for cost or time, etc., all those things. Obviously, when I was scrolling the PPT earlier in the time, you have seen how I diagrammatically represent things and I show you. So all those things I'll ask you to note down as cheat sheets. And when you go through with these cheat sheets, I'll ask you to refer to them every lunchtime so that you're covering all knowledge areas in the 15-20 minutes. That will help you in not forgetting the subject matter. Right? Any other questions, please? Okay. If there are none, I hope you enjoyed the session. If you have anything specific you want to still see further now, I can spare another 10 minutes and show you if you want to see anything else. Otherwise, we'll stop here.
Srinivas sir?
Yes, please.
This is Ashish.
Hi, Ashish.
Srinivas sir, what does PMI official course curriculum include? Apart from the main book, what else do we have that we get from PMI?
This book is the reference. This book is the reference, right?
I see.
This book is the reference, but not everything is from this book, please understand. But understanding this book and going through question sets and applying will help you. Once you become a member of PMI, you will find quite a few papers and other things that guide you and govern you. I mean, guide you and sort of lead you towards, what you call how you have to look at the questions, etc. Once you become a member of PMI, you will have access to all those. Other than that, if you want to study other books, yes, I can recommend some cheap books, other books which will let you have even additional question set in addition to mine. How long on each weekend will you devote or guide the team in each session? It's 3 hours on Saturday, 3 hours on Sunday. Apart from that, throughout the week, I'm available on WhatsApp and this thing, and email. Of course, this is before and after my work hours. I'm available on WhatsApp and email. And every weekend, it will be 3 plus 3. So over the 6 weekends, we will cover 36 hours. And if required, and if we don't finish the subject matter in 36 hours, we'll extend to the 7th weekend. Yes, I'll be taking you to tell you, I'm right now training a batch using this PPT. This morning, we covered, if you see, time management. If you see the number of slides I have, I have 50 slides. Out of that, if you take away the last slide and the first 3 that are, standard caveats and everything, agenda slide. If you take away 6 slides, I have 44 slides. And today, we have covered up to this point. Where is it? Estimate activity deviations. We have done up to Pareto analysis. Yeah, we have covered up to this point. And tomorrow, we are continuing from here. We are PERT calculations. We are continuing from PERT calculations. We have done up to this point, and we have done this too. We are continuing from PERT calculations tomorrow. So, you see, I don't rush through the subject matter just for the sake of finishing it. It's not about the 36 hours. It's about you folks understanding it thoroughly and taking it absolutely in, digesting and attempting the exam. As I said, it's a journey. As far as I'm concerned, it's a journey. And I'm with you. The 3 months I'm with you. It doesn't stop with just doing this, passing the certificate and getting the 35 contact hours and be done with it. It's not like that. Well, the time, what is convenient for majority? Right now I'm conducting morning sessions. It should be afternoons, but whatever time is suitable for everyone, we'll collectively agree. What suits best for everyone, we'll collectively agree. In this particular case, mornings I'm conducting one PMP session, so it is most likely to be afternoon.
Yeah, I have a very silly question right now. Sachin Kumar here.
Nothing silly, please.
Yeah, actually, I have a very weak point in math. Actually, I really didn't work on math. So do we have calculations in the PMP training or something?
There
Like
are
the
calculations,
formulas?
but you'll get a calculator, sir.
Calculator, okay, because I am quite weak. You can
And
say.
also, if you practice with the questions I give you, right?
Okay.
And you flow through the logic and you practice them, you will become comfortable. By the end of the 3 months, I'll assure you, you'll be comfortable with those calculations.
Okay, so 1.5 month, or you can say 6 weeks, we get the training, 6 hours every weekend.
Yes.
And after 1.5 month, we will go through with the PMBOK our own with your questionnaires and everything.
Sure. Yeah, sure. I mean,
Okay.
look, you will be going through the PMBOK if you have the time, even while you are going with my sessions. Because why? As I'm going to teach each knowledge area, I'm going to ask you to read the PMBOK once and come. Because if you have read, your questions would be better, right?
Yeah, right. Actually, I already covered 6 chapters in the PMBOK.
Then you're going to challenge me to the subject matters depth then, saying that, hey, Srinivas, I understood this way. Why not? Why do you say another way? I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Yeah, why not? Actually, because you can say usually in 9 years experience or 10 years experience, I have in IT. So I am not used to read something, or because I'm just making myself habitual, because for the 1.5 month, I need to read lots of things and I need to make it recall all these things. So I didn't have habit. So make it myself habitual. I just reading the PMBOK. Then I will come to the training and then go with you. This is my plan.
And then study the PMBOK, practice the 4 tests, get through at 80%, the 4 mock tests that I give you, and then you can go and appear for the exam to pass.
Okay. As I already set my target by 15th of August, I wish to be a PMP certified.
Well, if that's your target, then you'll have to speed up with the 4 tests and everything. That's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it is 15th of August, then, this course, let's say, if you start next week, we'll start, right? 6 to 7 weeks will be anyway, end of mid-July, correct?
Yeah. Yes, correct.
You'll be left with only 1 month. So you need to really speed yourself up the way you're doing things. That's all, right?
Yeah, right. I'm just working on that. That's why I'm here. You can say that for the session over here.
Great. Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., that suits me. That's all fine with me. If it suits others, we can go with it. Once people confirm who are all joining, on the first day, we'll probably have 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. But if, we need to adjust by half an hour here and there, we will do that.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine with me too.
Yeah.
Srinivas, a quick one.
Yeah.
Would we be getting the sessions recording?
This recording? Yes.
No, the entire course recording.
Right. Entire course. Look, on the LMS, you will get access to the Scholars University LMS. Sorry, I forgot to cover that. Right? You will get your own access, in which you will get all the PPTs downloadable as PDFs. Okay? In addition, each session's recording will also be loaded in there, but you will have to play online only. It's not downloadable. And you will have that access until you clear your PMP. Is that clear?
Yeah, Srinivas, that's what I was looking for. Thanks.
Great. And the PDFs, you'll get them as downloadable, so that you can, review during your lunchtime. Sorry, what is this 1 year time frame, please? I missed. Krishna, I missed the question.
Yeah, Srinivas, why I said is like the membership is valid for 1 year, right, to attend the exam. So I was just wondering, like the access.
Please, there is a confusion. The 35 contact hours, if you take, they are valid for 7 years.
Oh, okay.
It's once you get the authorization code, within 1 year you need to attempt. But let me tell you, if you don't do within 3 months, you will never do it.
You're right.
Right? So I won't let go you people. Believe me. Okay. For those of you who think that like other trainers, I'm going to, teach and forget. Sorry. You'll be hounded saying that you haven't submitted answers to each chapter's questions. I'm a project manager. I'm a program manager. I'm a portfolio manager. And that's my behavior. Because this group is my portfolio. I'll keep every Monday night to Tuesday morning, I'll publish whatever chapter finishes that weekend. I'll publish by Monday or Tuesday. And by that Saturday night, I need the responses from everybody for the questions. And everything that is covered in detail during the sessions, and the questions will be based on that, but they won't be direct questions. They will be things that will force you to think and answer. Logically connect the dots and answer. Even my chapter-wise questions. So all those chapter-wise questions, you have to submit to me. And I look at them, and based on your responses, I'll provide you the feedback. Any other questions, please? All right. If not, Prateek, Akanksha, I think we are done. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining. It was a pleasure talking to you. Hopefully you enjoyed this session, and I look forward to being part of the journey. Scholars does look forward to being part of the journeys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Welcome, Srinivas.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.